Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Airships Lost Flotilla. Today's beverage is a highly hydrating orange and peach infused spring water. Not sparkling water, definitely spring water. Hopefully it is spring water rather than, well, canal water. Either way, welcome back to Airships Lost Flotilla. It's been a while since I've taken a look at the game. However, there's been a major content drop on this one. I believe it's called Further Skies, and it just adds, well, more enemies, more ships, more things to see and to, well, destroy. So previously we've went through and we've played with most of the vessels in the game. We've only actually won, I believe, with the battleship, but if we go along, well, actually the main takeaways, if we go to the back, it says there's +6 hidden ships, and I know one of them is an aircraft carrier, which I'm very looking forward to trying to unlock. But either way, we're going to have a look at some of the new stuff, and we've got supply ship, which seems new. We've also got wing leader, which I think we're going to have a look at this one because, well, we've been playing the other airships game, the original one, and not using airships, so it's only fitting that we play Airships Lost Flotilla and not use an airship. So this is wing leader. It is a plane, and it has got 6 HP, so one of the lowest in the game. It's got a really good speed of 750 and can't stop, which is, well, I said that like it's an advantage, but I don't know if it is or not. Turn rate is 250, plus 40% escort reload speed. Speaking of escorts, we do have 2 triplanes armed with light machine gun, and we are ourselves are armed with a Gatling gun, 2 damage, and, well, it's fairly short range, but it does have a decent arc of fire, 210 degrees. Let's just click wing leader, and then we've got a lot more captains than I remember. Good grief, yeah, there's loads, plus 4 hidden captains there as well. Just having a quick look around. Oh, actually, look, there we go. That's Torpedo. You become vulnerable and all enemies become vulnerable. Well, this thing is vulnerable anyway, so that doesn't seem like much of a disadvantage. Let's just click that guy and go to medium difficulty, and wave 1 of 20, and good grief, this thing is absolutely impossible to fly. Like I say, it's been a while since I've played the game, so that doesn't help jumping into a highly maneuverable and vulnerable ship. So we'll see how long this video lasts. It might be quite a short one at that, but anyway, I'm just going around, and what I'm doing mainly, my idea is to get the escorts in range and allow them to take out the opponents for me. It just seems to be the way to do it. And you can see those little markings that are coming off the vessel. That indicates that we are vulnerable, but obviously the enemies are vulnerable as well, so yeah. It looks like everything has been destroyed around here. Let's just go towards the markers and get the escorts in there, let them do their thing. So hopefully making the enemies vulnerable is going to work in our benefit, and not as a detriment anyway. Certainly not. But this first wave, it's obviously standard procedure, nothing really to worry about unless you just basically drive straight into the opponent like I almost just did there. Okay, so we destroyed 66 enemies, 51 damage dealt, and let's see then. So we've got a gunnery officer, which is increased reload speed and accuracy. I don't think we really need that. Engineer, plus 10% repair speed, minus 10% weapon upgrade cost. You know what? I think if we're going to do something, it's... oh, I just realised we can only get the one... There's only one weapon we can get. So basically, yes, you are reliant on the escorts. Okay, let's go with nothing else. Wave 2. So we've got Clockwork Wasps, which is easy, and then Pirates, which is... Yeah, well, standard procedure. Let's go there and see what we can do. So there won't be anything, again, big on this one until maybe later on, but I'm just going to, again, let the... Good grief, I'm trying to dodge around the opponents here. This thing is so twitchy. Good grief. Like I say, not the ideal choice to getting back into the game, but well, we're doing alright so far. But it's only wave 2, so it doesn't really say much. But yeah, anyway, let's just see what we can do here. Just gather up some more of the scrap and materials, and it appears that the escorts have shot off this way, and right, that's our first hit of the run, and that one little hit took off half our health. So yeah, this thing does not like getting hit at all. Who knew? A vulnerable 6 HP triplane. Is it triplane or a biplane? I think it's a biplane. But anyway, let's just gather up this and then head away. We're on 10 seconds left, so we're all good. One of the advantages with this thing is that you basically only need A and D to control it, because, well, like I say, you're always moving. And that's now 105 enemies destroyed. Okay, what have we got here? We have Engineer again. We have Ambition Pills, plus 10% 25% reload speed, minus 25% accuracy, and that's pretty much it. We can upgrade our Gatling gun to a rotary cannon. Well, I think I will do that because, quite frankly, ooh, water-cooled rotary cannon is continuous fire. Nice. Do we want to pick any of this up? I don't think so. I'm going to refresh it and see what we get. Extra speed is definitely not what we need. Rapid repurposing, 150 experience. Wreckage picked up in the last 4 seconds, increases repair speed. That might be alright, actually. Do you want to pick that up? Yeah, we'll train that in. And we'll go to next. So, we have to go with the Fungus, because it's the only thing available to us. After that's Fungus, Clockwork Cubes, and Sky Urchins. Let's have a quick look, and that's a new symbol. Flying Crabs and Sky Nomads. I believe both of those are new. Interesting. Anyway, back over to Fungi, and yeah, let's see if they are actually fun guys. Excuse me. So, we're going to head in just a random direction. The ones I'm worried about is not the ones that slowly just sort of fly at you and then do a charge. It's the ones that shoot at you. I don't know if they're going to be on this one because this is only a normal standard difficulty. They're definitely on the hard one. I know that from personal experience and everything going completely wrong. Let's just sort of gather up some scrap here. Just going to do some donuts, and they were getting a little bit too close for comfort, so I sort of aborted the mission there for a moment. We seem to have cleared the board, which is pretty handy. You can see the arc of fire on this thing is fairly decent, so that's something to behold, I guess. And we're going to go around them there, and ooh, I smacked into the edge of the map. Actually, I realised, I think one of the captains says that one of the captains makes the map loop, so a bit like I'm gonna use asteroids, showing my age, where you can go off one side and you come back to the other. Right, okay, so that's now done. We've got trader for increased scrap value. We've got turn radius and turn speed. Frontal plating, I believe that is new. +1 forward armor. I mean, we do tend to drive straight at the opponents, but -7% speed. I don't think I'd even notice it. How much is that? It is 120, but I'd rather wait. I'd rather keep the resources that I have. Yeah, let's go on next wave. So we've got Fungus, very hard, Clockwork Cubes, and then Sky Urchins. I'm going to go with the Clockwork Cubes, because then that gives me options to go with either Sky Nomads or the Flying Crabs. I'm probably going to go with the latter, and oh yeah, I've just realised these guys shoot, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. So just going to let the escorts deal with things that are around. If we do see an arrow, we'll go towards it, just so, let's say, we'll get the escorts in there and we'll swarm it. I would like some more as well. We can get up 4, I believe it's 4 escorts in total, so yeah, that would be pretty good, but they are expensive. It's I think it's 600 to upgrade them, or at least for one of the upgrades anyway, so let's see. Ooh, good grief, that was very close. Right, okay. It doesn't seem to be as swarmy as before, but then a lot of the times we are running this on the hard mode. Not the hard mode difficulty setting, but it's classed as hard in terms of the fight, and I was hit hard there. I've only got 2 HP, now up to 3, so I'm just going to keep it safe by yeah, not getting into the melee ones. Don't really worry me, it's those ranged ones that does. I'm not going to take any risks whatsoever. That's job done. Right, okay. So we have options for supercharged engines to increase our speed, plus 100% damage from fire, plus 15% speed. I have a feeling that if this thing ever gets caught on fire, that's pretty much game. Suspendium shrapnel, that feels new to me. Extra explosion radius, but reduction in damage, and also a sky amulet. Reduction in XP gain, but increased speed and turn radius. Again, none of that we really need in our lives. I could refresh it for 12 experience. I think I will. We've got a Sky Idol, less than half HP increased speed. Again, don't think I need that. Oh, hang on. I'm looking at the heavy armour. That caught my eye. But gun pods. Plus 20% escort damage. Plus 20% escort explosion damage. And reduction in escort speed. Okay. I was all excited there until I read the last bit. I don't really think slowing them down would actually massively hinder them. I'm going to pick it up. Flying crabs or sky nomads, it's hard. I know, I'm going to go with crabs because then we have options for pirates, clockwork cubes, or fungus, where if we go with nomads, it has to be the fungus. So flying crabs, gather supplies for foreign traders, plus 150% scrap value. Excuse me, again. Travel. So, this is a new opponent, not seen these in the game before, and I mean, I don't know what I expected, but yeah, they are flying crabs. And they do shoot this sort of barb thing at you, and I've got 1 HP. Right, so that was a little bit risky of me. Yeah, as I said, not seen this opponent before, so it is just a case of seeing what they're like. The escorts do seem to be noticeably slower, which we did expect because, you know, the upgrade and all of that. But I think the damage is much improved. Yeah, ooh, those are homing barbs. Right, okay. So we've got 2 different types of crab, one of them being melee and one of them being range, which, like I say, fire this homing barb at you, which is all kinds of difficult to deal with, especially when you've got low HP, but we can outrun it. It's just a case of turning around quickly, it's just a case of, yeah, like I say, making sure that we don't get ourselves in a spot of bother, and that is a win. Let's do some donuts. Okay, and apparently new manual page, flying crab. Click to continue. So, we now have crew weapons, reduction in repair and reload speed, but -1 boarded damage. If this thing again gets set on fire, boarded, whatever, it's pretty much game. I would assume. Artisans +2 money from scales and feathers. Okay, again that feels new. And overloaded weapons, a reduction in reload speed, but extra damage and explosion damage per armor, which we don't have. We'll refresh it and see what happens. Nothing really there. We'll do it again. And Doctrine, Brutality. +3% reload speed per vulnerable enemy. That's a bit of a teeth dryer. That's a plumber's estimate. Ooh, okay. I mean, we have to. Surely we have to. Per vulnerable enemy. So if there's, you know, multiple enemies that are vulnerable, well, yeah, they're all going to be vulnerable because that's our pick. That's our captain that's doing it. This guy. All right. There's already feels like a lot more synergy to be had in some combos, which is always good. Right, next wave. Fungus, clockwork cubes, or pirates. I'm gonna go probably fungus that then goes over to flying crabs. Yeah, I just don't want to take on anything that's very hard or hard. So it's gonna be fungus again. Let's travel. And let's see what happens here. So, ooh, right. So we got some ranged ones already, and I noticed that it took the escorts a little while to deal with it as well. So we have to worry about that one. I'm probably not using this thing as always in this game. I'm probably not using it exactly as is optimal. I'm just basically getting in like that, and then I'm not even using my gun, which is, I did spend a lot of money upgrading, but I'm basically just using the escorts to deal with the opponents. But you know, we're doing donuts and we're still alive, so you know, it can't be all terrible, right? Let's see. Oh, there's some more range, so I'll let the other guys deal with that one. I think they're all dead. Yes, 15 seconds left, so that's just a matter of playing it safe now. I don't know what's down here, but it seems to be a bit of a horde. 7 seconds. Yeah, I'm not gonna kick the nest or anything. That'll do us okay. So, ooh, all right. Again, a new thing. Science vessel. Minus 30% weapon upgrade cost and minus 30% repeat ship upgrade cost. Okay. But doesn't do damage. Looking through the rest of it, I'm not really bothered about pretty much anything there. I'll do a refresh just to see if there's anything of note, but I don't think so. Weak point elimination is not terrible, but it costs money. I'm trying to save up the money to get you get an upgrade to a heavy fighter, or you've got a torpedo bomber. Ooh, even better. Right, let's go to wave 7, and it's going to be once again flying crabs. If I get halfway with this run, I think we can probably say that's a bit of a success. Again, playing, having to sort of learn the game again, as well as fly this exceptionally manoeuvrable yet low HP ship. It's a ship. Can you really call it a ship? I'm not really too sure you can. But once again, just letting the escorts do all of the work because that's the type of pilot we are, and just keeping away from these homing barb type of things. I can't identify the ones that are ranged and the ones that are melee, and not at this speed because everything is pretty much a blur. I don't think the game has motion blur, but it feels like it probably should with this one. And ooh, yeah, okay, that was that was luck that I survived that one. Let's just deal with these ones here, and that's all done. And well, just this last group of 4, and we can probably pick up all of this. And yeah, we got the last bit there. Okay, not bad. So we now have the option for upgrades for the triplanes. Do I go with heavy fighter, which is a larger Gatling gun, or aerial torpedoes? I mean, there's not really much choice, is there? It's going to have to be the aerial torpedoes, and there we go. Okay, so that was pretty much all of our money. If I get another 300 odd, we'll be able to upgrade the other one. I'll probably not do both as aerial torpedoes, but well, we'll see how this one fares. So let's go to the next wave. We've got pirates or flying crabs. Pirates again is very hard, and ooh, what's that? Does that say Legionnaire jellies and sky jungle? How much has been added to this game? So yeah, we'll take on the flying crabs. So we need to kill 35 more for research, so we may even get it done in this run. I don't really know, but we'll see. There's a couple down already, and we can already see there's explosions about, and that is the aerial torpedoes. And as any frequent viewer might know, that I really like the aerial torpedoes in airships. There's just something really cool about them. Anyway, dealing with the crabs as we can. At the moment, the torpedoes are probably not doing a great deal because they're probably better for large groups of enemies and also things that have got a lot of HP. Although these guys are pretty slow, so maybe it is working out. Excuse me again. And let's see, dealing with that, yeah, that's all good. And there's a aerial torpedo again. Luckily it doesn't cause damage to ourselves. And it feels like we may have got the crab kills that we needed, but yeah, it'll probably tell us after the run. So, we now have options for float grog, minus 10% accuracy, plus 30% XP gain. Okay. That's not terrible. I'm gonna lock it and refresh, and maybe refresh again. There's gun pods again. That'll probably slow them down a bit too much, maybe. But they're already still pretty fast. Oh, go on. I'll go double pods, and next wave. So pirates. We have to go pirates. Then otherwise, after that's going to be probably the Legionnaire jellies, just to try and see something new. So here we go, pirates. Oh yeah, you can see that the guys are a lot slower than before, but they're still dealing with things, which is all good. I don't know. Oh yeah, okay, we've been hit once and almost died twice. That is not good at all. So we definitely don't want to be hit by any of the opponent's weapons. I mean, that's a standard procedure for anything. But if you're running things with armor or lots of HP, you've got a nice buffer zone. Whereas this thing, you really don't. Yeah, you just have to hope that you can dodge around and do what's necessary. And here's some more opponents coming in. I can circle around them because the range of this Gatling gun is actually quite impressive. And I can already hear the torpedoes going. Pick up these. What's that anyway? What is that? I'd like to read. Oh! It gives you money. That's cool. Again, something new. Right. So, triplane. I mean, it's an obvious one to get, isn't it? Yeah, of course we're going to get it. Of course we're going to pick it up. Do I get the grog? Minus 10% accuracy on... What is our accuracy? Not a clue. I'm going to pick it up, though. We now have beverages. Right, Wave 10, Legionnaire Jellies. Not seen this before. Gather samples for a Mad Scientist. Plus 100% scrap value. Reputation, plus 1 Mad Scientist. Weapons modules upgrades advanced. Travel. So again, something new. Never seen this before, because it's, yeah, brand new. And it's already got, well, they've already got a lot of range on them. They're firing these barbs at me. Luckily, they are not homing. They're not homing barbs. So here's us going around, getting ourselves all of the scrap and the loot. And obviously, big advantage now. We have an additional plane, so that's good. And I should not have got away with that. I have 1 health. Oh, almost got hit again. Like I said, Wave 10 would be a success. This is Wave 10. So as long as we don't die, I class this run as a good one. Especially for the thing we're flying. And obviously relaying the game. I'm just gonna go in this corner, to be honest, and hide. There we go. And more research available. Good. Okay. We've got Idol of Oppression, 300 generic units of currency. We have 189, so I could probably stop reading, but sack it, why not? Minus 10% reload speed, an enemy becomes stunned every 0.2 seconds. Ruin Idol, which is reduction repair speed, but extra damage and explosion damage. Don't know if that explosion damage would affect the escorts. I don't think it would. Let's go to next wave. And Sky Jungle. This is weird, this one. Look at it. It's all like pretty much a solid track. Foreign scouts. I think that's new as well. Okay, so Wave 11, Sky Jungle. Whoa, okay. That's got loads of tentacles. Right. So we've got all manner of things here. What is that? It's like a big thistle, and those are like mosquitoes. Yeah, that's an enemy flying through, and oh my good grief, this feels like it's all kinds of wrong. Right. Can I cross this? No. Right. So it seems to fire out these tentacles, and if you hit into any of the red bits, like the little mines, then basically you are just not. I'm going to say maybe destroyed. In this thing you are. We can see the wreckage at the top there. But okay, that has been a little look back at Airships Lost Flotilla. Interesting. There's research and background, why not? Yeah, there seems to be lots of new opponents. Sky Rose, was that? Yeah, I mean, the thing is with the run that we've just done, we were going so quick that it was hard to take in a lot of the new stuff. But that was the wing leader. It's really fun. It's a very, very fun thing to fly. Like, I do like the torpedo boat, naturally, because it's got torpedo. You've got the flagship. I've played the beam frigate before. You know, I think I've played pretty much everything. There's not a lot of things I've really not got on with. I think the ironclad I wasn't a huge fan. Yeah, the Ornithopter was pretty fun. The Blade Copter was alright as well. The Pyropopter was similar in that you can't stop, but it was just, and you use the engines and you basically just do donuts and just kick out fire. So quite interesting, but yeah, it is what it is. And then the battleship is your standard tank, isn't it? You just drive around and take hits and just mount as many weapons on as possible. But yeah, that's been a bit of Airships Lost Flotilla. Apologies in advance if it was being a bit frantic, but you know, hopefully it's been of some fun and entertainment. Yeah, if you want to see more of this sort of thing, let me know in the comments. If you have any tips, comments, suggestions for different builds, runs, that sort of thing that you would like to see, then yeah, by all means, let me know too. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. And generic partings. Cough.